Good evening, everybody. My name is Brian Lopez, and I'm the president of the Cruz Reynoso Bar Association. I want to welcome all of you and thank you for joining us tonight in this event in honor of Luis Céspedes to commemorate his position as the Judicial Appointment Secretary in the Office of the Governor. We're so glad that you could be here with us as we say congratulations and give thanks to Luis for the years of service to the ideals of diversity, equality, and integrity, which have made him the perfect candidate for this position. That is why, this past December 2020, Luis was selected by Governor Newsom to fill this important role left vacant by the former Judicial Appointment Secretary, Justice Martin Jenkins, when he was appointed to the California Supreme Court by Governor Newsom last year. For many of you who know Luis, you also know it is difficult to overestimate the impact that he has had throughout his life on our legal community and the advancement of the practice of law. Luis is an amazingly talented, intelligent, humble, sincere, and empathetic individual. He's a man whose passion for fighting for social justice is on par with the passion and love he has for his beautiful family, with his wife Laurel, 3 accomplished daughters, as well as his grandchildren whom he loves to watch over when he's not busy fighting for the types of causes which ultimately lead to a better society for our current and future generations. It is also no surprise to those who are familiar with the trajectory of Luis's career that he is recognized as a strong and consistent advocate for underrepresented populations and those whose struggle compels defense and solidarity. As a teenager working in California's agricultural fields during the height of the farm labor movement, Luis was exposed to his first glimpse of the power of zealous advocacy when he was confronted with imminent arrest for participating in a labor action with his fellow coworkers. When an attorney came to their defense in exercising their rights, Luis described this experience as one which would drive him to pursue a career as an attorney so that he too could be a voice for the voiceless and ensure that the protections of the law are fairly and justly administered for the benefit of all. Today, looking back at his life, it is safe to say that Luis has accomplished his laudable goal with a passion that is unyielding and which only grows stronger with each passing day. During his time as an attorney, Luis helped countless individuals through his legal representation by defending the rights of immigrants and their families, employees unfairly discriminated against by their employer, criminal defendants whose due process rights have been violated, among other vulnerable populations. Additionally, Luis's involvement in our community has placed him at the forefront of advocating for causes which protect the rights and interests of those who need it most. As a recent example, Luis was instrumental to spearheading the Family Unity Education and Legal Network, or FUEL Network, in helping to secure funding for a coalition of area nonprofit organizations from the city of Sacramento in order to offer legal representation, mental health services, cultural competency training for service providers, as well as promoting civic engagement and support for non-citizens and their families in response to the heavy-handed immigration enforcement that characterized the Trump presidency. The FUEL Network continues to grow strong as it moves into the future, with the renewal of the funding provided by the city in order to continue the invaluable work that this program offers to our area's non-citizen population and their families. However, we also know that Luis is not only renowned as a fierce advocate for the marginalized, but also a visionary leader in terms of advancing opportunities for people of color and equality in our legal profession. Already in his role as Judicial Appointment Secretary, he has helped our great state to be at the forefront of opportunities for advancement to the bench with the number of appointees who represent the rich cultural diversity, talent, and intellect that our great state has to offer. We will also have the privilege today of hearing from our own local Sacramento Superior Court recent appointees later in the program. But before we do so, I'd also like to highlight one other remarkable achievement, which I'm sure many would agree has made Luis such an appropriate candidate for his new position. In 1987, Luis, as the president of our predecessor organization, the La Raza Lawyers Association, along with Jerry Chong and Judge Renard Shepard, co-founded the Unity Bar to confront the issues of unequal representation for people of color in the practice of law and in the judiciary. Today, the Unity Bar is stronger than ever, with other counties currently working to emulate the foundation that Luis, Jerry, and Judge Shepard have laid in demonstrating the power of diversity and mutual support to improve the practice of law by promoting a more culturally capable bar, as well as the interests of the diverse communities we serve. We're also proud to have Jerry Chong and Judge Shepard join us today to say some words about Luis. But before we do so, I'd like to turn it over to the Unity Bar leaders and representatives who have come together tonight to honor Luis, and will say a few words to commemorate this occasion.
Hello, everyone. On behalf of ABAS, we would like to congratulate Luis Céspedes for his appointment as a Judicial Appointments Secretary. You have been a champion for diversity as you are one of the original founders of the Unity Bar. You have been a pillar in our community. Thank you for your continued support of ABAS. We wish you the best in your new position as the Judicial Appointments Secretary.
Secretary Céspedes, on behalf of the Leonard Freeman Bar Association, I wish to congratulate you on your appointment. We're very proud that our friend and a founder of the Unity Bar will play such an important part in the composition of the judiciary in California for decades to come. We know you share our creed and our mission of Tikkun Olam, which means to repair the world. And we are looking forward to working with you, supporting you and your mission.
Hello, I am Serena Warner, President-elect for Sacramento Filipino American Lawyers Association. We learned Luis was named as Judicial Appointment Secretary on the day of our 2020 annual gala, which he attended. So we got to wish him a congratulations then. But what struck me upon hearing of the news was our then President, Justin De La Cruz's words that Luis was one of the kindest humans he's ever had the opportunity to meet. We are thrilled for you, and congratulations.
I'm Andy Mudrick, one of the co-chairs of SAC Legal, Sacramento's LGBTQ Bar Association. We're honored to be here this evening to celebrate with you, Secretary Céspedes, and we thank you for your commitment to ensuring and increasing diversity on the bench. We look forward to working with you in the coming years.
Good evening, all. My name is Aparna Nihotri, and I am the president of the South Asian Bar Association of Sacramento. And we would like to congratulate Luis on his appointment as the Judicial Appointments Secretary. We are so happy to see one of Sacramento's finest in this position. Being a part of the Unity Bar Dinner has been very, very important for SABA. We are thankful to you and the other founders for creating a space for minorities to really, really enjoy and learn more about each other, and for the ability to understand and celebrate diversity. We are thankful for all of the measures that you have taken in your career to ensure that diversity and inclusion are important. And we are very, very happy to see you in this role and cannot wait to see the wonderful things that you are yet to accomplish. Congratulations again from SABA.
Hey Louis, this is Justin Ward. I wanted to congratulate you on your appointment as the new Judicial Appointment Secretary to the governor. That's a great accomplishment. It's well-deserved. You have been a pillar in the Sacramento legal community and just the greater Sacramento community in general ever since I can remember, and I've been in Sacramento for 13 years. So on behalf of Wiley Manuel and on behalf of myself, I wanted to congratulate you. We look forward to the next however many years we're able to get, this term and the next, hopefully, of you helping to diversify our bench, making sure everybody's qualified, and making sure everybody has the opportunity to be a judge who deserves one. So just thanks again, and thank you again for all the help you've provided to me, the Wiley Manuel Bar Association, and the greater Sacramento legal community. Take care.
Hello, my name is Kelly Babineau, and I am president of Women Lawyers of Sacramento this year. It is my great pleasure to offer our congratulations to Luis Céspedes on his appointment by Governor Newsom to Judicial Appointments Secretary. It is wonderful to see someone from our very own Unity Bar elevated to such a prestigious position. and knowing of his lifelong commitment to civil rights, he is perfectly suited for this job. Women Lawyers of Sacramento looks forward to having an appointment secretary committed to diversity and inclusion, as it ensures equal representation through our state's government, including more women and women of color on the bench. Again, congratulations on behalf of Women Lawyers of Sacramento.
Hi, my name is Irandi Zamora Graziano, and I am Vice President of the Cruz Reynoso Bar Association. I would like to warmly congratulate Secretary Céspedes on this great accomplishment. Over the course of his career, Secretary Céspedes has been a mentor to many of us, and his well-deserved appointment is a win for all of us who value justice, equity, and diversity. I would also like to thank the Unity Bar organizations for their participation in tonight's event. This year marks the 34th anniversary since Secretary Céspedes, Jerry Chung, and retired Judge Renard Shepard founded the Unity Bar. This important coalition, consisting of 7 organizations, seeks to celebrate and promote diversity within our legal community. In creating the Unity Bar, Secretary Céspedes, Jerry Chung, and Judge Shepard created a lasting legacy within the Sacramento community. One of the most prominent events of the Unity Bar is our annual dinner, which this year will take place in November and will be led by the Cruz Reynoso Bar Association in collaboration with their sister organizations. Please be on the lookout for further details. And with that, it is now my great honor to introduce our next 2 speakers, co-founders of the Unity Bar, Justice Shepard and Jerry Chung.
Luis, my dear friend, it has been many years since we formed the Unity Bar Association in 1988. At that time, the Unity Bar was composed of Asian Bar Association, La Raza Bar Association, and Wiley Manuel's Bar Association. You were the president of La Raza Bar, Judge Renard Shepard was the president of Wiley Manuel Bar, and I was president of the Asian Bar. At our first Unity Bar dinner in 1988, all of us spoke about our alliance and purpose in coming together. I don't remember what I said. However, I remember Renard and your speech from that night. You talked about how the ethnic minorities in California would constitute over 50% of the total population in the 21st century. In conclusion, you stated, "We will set the agenda for California in the 21st century." You stated your prediction with conviction. It was a bold prediction considering our position in the legal and political fields at that time. Your prediction stuck in my mind all these years, and today is the first time I quoted your statement publicly. Today we celebrate your appointment by Governor Newsom as his Judicial Appointment Secretary and honor you for all your accomplishment and achievement. In over 40 years of your career in the legal and political world, you advocated, advanced, and defended the interests of minorities, communities, and organizations. You never asked for anything for yourself from the people you knew in powerful or political positions. In 1988, you threw the support of the La Raza Bar Association unconditionally behind the Asian Bar Association for an appointment of an Asian judge. There was one Latino judge on the Sacramento bench at that time and no Asian judge. This was at the time the Minority Bar Association were fighting for appointments of judges from the Republican governor, George Deukmejian. We did not know Marvin Baxter, Governor Deukmejian's appointment secretary at that time. We did not know anybody who could introduce us to him. Well, Renard, you and I did meet Marvin Baxter. We did that by crashing receptions for newly appointed judge to introduce ourselves to Marvin Baxter, while all the while welcoming the new judges to the bench on behalf of our respective bar association. 1 year later, Chuck Kobayashi of the Attorney General's office was appointed to the Sacramento Superior Court bench. All of your experiences, contact, and knowledge of 40 plus years prepared you for this day to be the Judicial Appointment Secretary for Governor Newsom. You are the man of the hour, compadre, and the right person to be appointed Judicial Appointment Secretary to fulfill Governor Newsom's goal to have diversity, equality, and inclusiveness in the judiciary. We are all very proud and happy for you. I wish you the very best in this most demanding and difficult job. You will be the man that lawyers and judges in California will like most to meet. We support you in your new duties and responsibility to appoint a diversified and inclusive judiciary that reflects the face of California. We know you will be a great judicial appointment secretary who's going to fulfill your prediction in 1988 at the Unity Bar Dinner. Again, congratulations, and we wish you the very best in the future to you, Laurel, and your family.
Hey Luis, soy Reinaldo de Mexico. Saludos de Mexico. I was asked to say a few words about you for this event. I said, sure. I've known that guy for a while. Actually, I've known you 34 years. The reason I know it's 34 years because that's when we started Unity. I got together with Jerry Chong, and we said we better meet the La Raza president at that time. It was you. We called you, we had lunch, we talked about it. And you, my friend, came up with the name Unity. I didn't like it. I said, what kind of bar association is Unity? And my church is Christ Unity. But you had the vision at the time. And I didn't push it. I left it alone. And look at Unity now, 34 years later. Look at what it's become. Part of it was your vision, my friend. So I congratulate you on that. And congratulate you on this appointment. I've been telling people you're the right man for this job. There's no doubt in my mind about that. And the reason I say that is because I've known you, I've known what you've done for the last 34 years. Tú eres la persona correcta para este trabajo. The governor picked the right man, that's for sure. I remember we were talking about California. You mentioned to me a while back about California is 39% Hispanic. 39%. I saw a projection. I was reading some things on the internet. Projection said the United States in the year 2030, just 8.5 years, the United States will be 30% Hispanic. And what you and Newsom, what Governor Newsom are doing is going to impress the rest of the country. I think you're going to show the United States what diversity looks like in the judiciary, that judges represent the people of the California or the people of the United States, all the people. And that goes for people of color and women also. So I think you guys are to be commended, you and the governor for sure. I took a look at your 19 judges that were appointed last month by the governor. 19 wonderful bios. I learned something about each one of them, and I was saying, boy, Luis is doing his job. He is out there finding these people of color that we want to have on the bench. So congratulations on that. Keep up that good work, my friend. If you need any help, llámame, envíame un mensaje. Voy a regresar a Sacramento en 2 semanas. You can give me a call, any help you need, anything I can do to help you. Just let me know, buddy. I'm there for you. A tu servicio. Just call me. So, saludos a tu esposa. Y llámame. Do you need my help? Just call me, man. Nos vemos. Cuídate. Take care of yourself and ándale con tu trabajo.
Hi, my name is Laura Niacato, and I serve as the treasurer of the Cruz Reynoso Bar Association. I also have the honor of serving as a member of the CRBA's Judicial Committee. On December 10, 2020, Governor Newsom announced the appointment of Luis Céspedes as the new Judicial Appointments Secretary. Last month, with Secretary Céspedes serving in his new role, Governor Newsom announced the appointment of 18 judges. 4 of these judges will sit on the bench here in our own local community on the Sacramento Superior Court. It is with great honor that I introduce our next 4 speakers and the newest addition to the Sacramento Superior Court. Agustin Jimenez, a longtime supporter and member of CRBA, served as a Deputy General Counsel at the California State Transportation Agency since 2013 and earned his JD degree from the University of Washington School of Law. Jonathan Robert Hayes was a partner at Dreyer Babbage, Bucola Wood Campora LLP since 2013 and earned his JD degree from the University of the Pacific McGeorge School of Law. Dina Coggins served as an administrative law judge at the Office of Administrative Hearings since 2018 and earned her JD degree from the University of the Pacific McGeorge School of Law. Last but not least, George Acero, a former board member of CRBA, has owned Acero Law since 2016 and earned a JD degree from the University of California, Berkeley School of Law. It is with great pride and admiration that I congratulate and introduce our newest members of the Sacramento Superior Court bench to say a few words.
Good evening. I'm Augustine Jimenez, known to many of you as AJ. For the last 20 years, here in Sacramento, I have served as Deputy General Counsel and General Counsel for the state of California, and have been a proud member of the Cruz Reynosa Bar Association and its predecessor association, the La Raza Lawyers Association. It is indeed my pleasure this evening to speak on behalf of a remarkable lawyer and leader in our Sacramento legal community. Our great friend and colleague, Luis Céspedes, is highly regarded for his success in advocating for civil rights, diversity, inclusion, and social equity. He has done so as a lawyer and in myriad other roles, and he has accomplished this work with great humility, resolve, dignity, and grace. His long commitment to this work, and as he often reminds us, in trying to bend the arc of history toward justice, is undoubtedly one of the key reasons for Governor Gavin Newsom's outstanding decision to select Luis Céspedes as our state's Judicial Appointments Secretary. And of course, it is for that reason we are here this evening honoring him. From this platform, Secretary Céspedes will be in a unique position to influence the California judiciary with a commitment to the rule of law and a deep recognition of the great diversity of our state. For nearly 2 decades, I have worked with Secretary Céspedes on a number of matters in furtherance of the interests of this organization. And I can say categorically that his commitment to the betterment of all is literally second to none. My friend, congratulations to you on your new position as our Judicial Appointments Secretary. I know you will do justice to this position, and in doing so, you will live up to one of your favorite expressions, sí se puede. Congratulations, Secretary. Thank you for this wonderful opportunity, and everyone, have a nice evening.
Good evening. My name is Jonathan Hayes, and I was recently appointed to the Sacramento Superior Court bench by Governor Newsom, and I'm coming to you from my chambers in Department 44, which is amazing to me because this is the courtroom that I tried my first plaintiff's case in many, many years ago. But I wanted to take the opportunity to recognize our Judicial Appointment Secretary, Luis Céspedes. As many of you know, Luis is just a phenomenal individual. I had the good fortune of meeting him through the application process, and when he interviewed me for a couple of hours, it was apparent to me that what he was looking for was a candidate that fulfilled certain requirements that will help make our judiciary and our community a better place. And I spent a great deal of time talking to him about my background and coming up in South Sacramento, being the product of a single parent household. All of those things were of great interest to the governor's office, which to me are very important because it shows the diversity of the community, the diversity of our backgrounds. And I come from a plaintiff civil background exclusively in practice. So all of those things were of interest to the governor's office and to Luis. What was of interest to me was Luis was a very caring, understanding, empathetic person that really takes the job seriously and wants to help make our community a better place. I was very moved by that. And after I was appointed, Luis came to my investiture, and unbeknownst to him, Mr. Dreyer, who I was working with at the time, asked him to introduce me. And without skipping a beat, Luis remembered me. He remembered my background. He remembered who I was. All of the things that were important to me, he's talked about. It was very moving to me that he did that. And so kudos to you, Luis. The governor could not have selected a better individual to do this task. And thank you for the opportunity. I will work very hard every day to do the best job for our community.
I am honored to congratulate Secretary Céspedes on his recent appointment. He has dedicated his life and legal career to equal justice, diversity, and inclusion. He's a model of professionalism and has been a pillar in our community for decades. Secretary Céspedes' level of ethics and empathy, humility, and integrity is what we all hope to one day achieve. I am so grateful to know you and celebrate you here today. Congratulations on your well-deserved accomplishment.
I've known Luis for quite a while now, and I think it's fair to say that Luis is a civil rights icon in the Sacramento community. His accomplishments go back decades. In fact, they go farther back than my entire legal career. I've had the honor and the good fortune of working with Luis and some of the things he's done to help out our community. For example, I worked with Luis when he chaired the Lawyers Advisory Committee, the Sacramento City Council's Safe Haven Task Force, which created the Fuel Network, which was a program to help out immigrants, including undocumented immigrants, during the difficulties they faced during a prior presidential administration. Of course, Luis and I worked together as part with the Cruz Reynoso Bar Association. I think I speak on behalf of everybody at the CRBA when I say that, if it wasn't for Luis's mentorship and guidance, we would not have been able to come back and reestablish ourselves in Sacramento's legal community in the manner in which we have done the last few years. So we are eternally grateful to Luis for his help with our organization. And, I think all of us that know Luis also kind of marvel at his ability to analyze complex situations and make the right decision. His judgment is really unparalleled, in our community. But that's not what I admire the most about Luis. What I admire the most about Luis is that he's a person of the highest integrity. Luis is not a person that struggles to make the right decision. It's second nature to him to make the right decision. He has this innate desire to want to help people and want to help our community. And I think that is exactly why Governor Newsom made the right decision in naming Luis the appointment secretary. So Luis, congratulations, well-deserved, and I wish you continued success in this role.
Luis, I'm honored to say a few words of congratulations here today to you and your family on the occasion of your appointment as Governor Newsom's Judicial Appointment Secretary. As I said to you moments after you received the good news, you are uniquely well qualified to assume the duties of the Governor's Appointment Secretary, for it draws upon skills you've been cultivating and building your entire life. You've always been a bridge builder, Luis, someone who has employed your considerable skills throughout your career to make our justice system more just. Your commitment and service to the ideals of equality, justice, and diversity, as well as your deep caring for people, no matter their station in life, has already begun to produce rich results. For those who receive appointments in this administration, also live these same ideals, and your first cohort of appointments reflects that that is so. On a personal note, I couldn't be more happy for you, Luis. Happy that a man of your character, intellect, integrity, judgment, compassion, and commitment to public service is taking the reins of a job that I cared so deeply about. you are the right person at the right time to help ensure equal protection for all who come into California's courts seeking justice. And so with that, I send my heartfelt congratulations to you, Luis. And I'll end this statement with something we say to each other at the conclusion of every conversation. Sí se puede. Congratulations, Luis.
Thank you to the Cruz Reynoso Bar Association for including me in this celebration for my friend and now colleague, Luis Céspedes. Luis's storied start and career have been well documented, from his youth working in the fields and finding his inspiration for the law during the UFW march, to his jump to Sacramento politics working for Assembly Member Fazio, followed by his success in balancing both his legal education while raising a family with his wife Laurel and the first of 3 accomplished daughters. And then, of course, his move to Sacramento to establish his own firm to bring representation and justice in a variety of areas that include employment discrimination, immigration, and criminal post-conviction work, among many others. And equally notable is his long history of community engagement as an innovator and supporter of efforts that improve both the legal community and the Sacramento community at large. He has served on numerous boards and commissions that have resulted in the protection of immigrants, a plan for regional development in Sacramento, among notable others. And of course, his work with Judge Renard Shepard and Jerry Chong to establish an institution that has been a part of our Sacramento legal community since 1987, the Unity Bar. But I want to share also what I know is not unique to me, and that is the role that Luis has played in many of our individual lives. As a mentor and a source of sound advice, he helped both my husband as he started his own firm and as I navigated a career in politics. Luis is always unselfish with his time and his wisdom, always willing to take time from his own busy schedule of professional and community efforts to listen and to guide. And when you would see him at various events, he was always quick to inquire about your family and well-being. Given this distinguished career of personal and professional accomplishments, some might think that Luis was ready to wind down. But when people heard about the appointment of Marty Jenkins to the California Supreme Court, it is not surprising that many thought of Luis. And I am so glad that he said yes to embark on that potential journey. Now, when I thought about the monumental role of finding someone to take over for Justice Jenkins, I was nervous. Even the governor was skeptical. I let Luis know I had to play it straight. He, of course, expected nothing but that, of course. It was the stream of support from across the state and Luis's sincere commitment to creating a judicial bench that looks like the people of California that made him the clear choice. And when Luis and the governor met, it was like they knew each other forever, with shared stories and a shared commitment to the work. Afterwards, the governor looked at me and said, "I didn't think you could do it. He couldn't be more perfect for the job." And on the day Luis was appointed, the governor specifically said, "Luis's resilience and compassion have touched countless lives and earned the respect of countless others. I am proud to have him join our team and look forward to his counsel as we continue to build a bench that reflects the rich diversity of California." And he has already proven that true with his first group of recommendations and the governor's recent appointments to the bench. He is a friend, a mentor, and a colleague to many. I could not be more honored to be introducing the Secretary for Judicial Appointments for Governor Gavin Newsom, Secretary Luis Céspedes. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I'd like to just take this opportunity to thank the governor for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Governor Newsom has been a man of his word when he says California for all. I especially this evening have been very moved by the mention of my beautiful wife, Laurel, my family. I'd like to know that some of them are on, and specifically my daughter, Larissa, son-in-law, David, my granddaughter, Sophia, Marisola, Cecily, my daughter-in-law, Micah, and Lois are on, I'm sure. Elena, Paul, my son-in-law, and Diego. And I want to get back to Little Cruz in just a moment. There are so many people to thank. I'd like to just express my sincere gratitude for my predecessor, the Honorable Justice Martin Jenkins, who not only has been a gentleman, but has been an extraordinary mentor. And there are some big shoes to fill, and he has done everything possible to make my transition to this wonderful position what it is. I also like to thank, without her, I wouldn't be here, and that's the governor's appointment secretary, Catherine Rivera Hernandez, who had the confidence to present my application to the governor with the professionalism and integrity and dignity with which she has handled all of her appointments. In addition, I'd like to thank my partners, my brothers, one in Mexico, the Honorable Judge Renard Shepard, whose Spanish is getting better than mine, and the great Vietnam veteran, great litigator, and my dearest friend, Jerry Chong, for your very, very kind words. It means so much. And the fact that the Unity Bar is now being looked at in San Joaquin County and Fresno County is really a tribute to you. I'd like to just take a minute and just recognize the tremendous leadership of the Unity Bar, and thank you, Rondi Zamora, Kelly Babineau, Justin Ward, and of course, Aparna Inahoto, Andy Murdoch, Serena Warner, the Honorable Stephen Gaverser, and Chen Yu Michael Wang. I wanted to make sure that our leaders are properly recognized, and it's such an honor to be recognized. A dear friend once said, it's one thing to get an award, and I'm very, very proud of this award, but it's quite another thing to be recognized by one's peers. And I couldn't be more moved by all of the comments. I am particularly proud of the Cruz Reynosa Bar Association's leaders, Brian Lopez, the president, who has done a remarkable job with this program, Irandi Zamora, the vice president, Lauren Niacato, treasurer, Noemi Esparza, Alberto Rosas, Santiago Avila Gomez, and Myra Sandoval on the board. I also want to thank the new judges for taking time. I was extraordinarily moved by all of your comments, and I wish you well in your careers. I wanted just to take a moment. Yesterday, when I received this award, my youngest male grandson was putting his hands on this award, and he's a kindergartner, and he was telling his yaya and baba that his name was on this award, and we said, no, your name is Barragan, and it's Luis Céspedes. And he put his fingers on the award, and he said, no, there's my name, C-R-U-Z, Cruz. And I was deeply moved when he said that, because he was named by my daughter Elena and my son-in-law Paul Barragan after the Honorable Cruz Reynoso, who we all know has been having some challenges with regard to his health. But I wanted to remind everyone why we are here in honor of him, in part because he is the namesake of our Bar Association. It was 5 years ago, April of 2016. He was 84, and we decided to name our organization after him. And I went back and read about that just this morning. And I recall it vividly. He said humbly, I thought it was just going to be a few friends, but there are over 200 people recognizing him. Later, we had lunch, and he said to me, Luis, I have been the recipient of many things. I've been appointed to the California Supreme Court. I've been on the Court of Appeal for the 3rd District. I have served presidents from Barack Obama to Jimmy Carter. And I have received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, the highest domestic award given to any citizen by President Clinton. But he looked at me and he got teary-eyed and he said, the greatest award I have ever received is to have the Bar Association named after me, Cruz Reynoso. So as we celebrate this tremendous victory for our community, I'd like us all to think about this wonderful, humble, dedicated public servant who has been a mentor to all of us. And with that, I'd just like to again express my sincere gratitude for this wonderful award, for the recognition tonight, but it really is a culmination, not about me. It really has been about our work, the work we have all done together to make sure that the Constitution is protected, individual rights are vindicated, and that we have equal justice under the law. I want to again thank everyone for participating. I really appreciate all that was said tonight. I'm deeply humbled and deeply moved, and I look forward to working with all of you as we move forward to make sure that the governor's message of California for all becomes a reality. And so with that, from the deepest and the bottom of my heart, I want to express how grateful I am for all the kind words, all the support, and all the love that I have felt this evening. And with that, I thank you and I wish you all well this evening. And I hope that we all can hug each other very soon and there's light at the end of this tunnel. So with that, I just want to say thank you again. Muchísimas gracias. Si se puede. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Luis. Thank you for those kind words, and thank you for committing and recommitting yourself time and time again throughout your life and throughout your career to the ideals of diversity, equality, inclusion, and the fair administration of justice for all. Due to your commitment to these ideals and your demonstrated capability in pursuing them, we know that the governor made the correct decision in selecting you for this important role, and we know that it's going to lead to a better system of justice for all here in our great state of California. I also want to thank you for being such a strong supporter, ally, advocate, mentor, and friend, as recounted by so many of the remarks we heard tonight in supporting so many here in our Sacramento legal community. And we know that our Sacramento legal community is all the more better for your contributions, and for that we thank you as well. Thank you, congratulations, y si se puede. I also want to give a big thank you to all of our speakers tonight. Thank you to Appointment Secretary Catherine Rivera Hernandez. Thank you to Supreme Court Justice Martin Jenkins. Thank you to Judge Renard Shepard and Jerry Chong, both for your remarks and also for establishing the Unity Bar with Luis so many years ago. I also want to thank all of the Sacramento Superior Court recent appointees who shared some words. And I also want to thank the Unity Bar organizations and the representatives who shared some words tonight as well. I will note it is particularly meaningful for us tonight to be able to come together as members of the Unity Bar, because when Luis was under consideration for the position, we submitted a joint letter to the Office of the Governor advocating for his selection as the Judicial Appointment Secretary. So we're very proud and happy that tonight we can come together in order to celebrate this moment. I also want to give a big thank you to the Cruz Reynoso Bar Association Planning Committee, including Board Member Alberto Rosas. I also want to thank our Vice President, Erandi Zamora Graciano, and Laura Neacato, who is our treasurer and sits on our Judicial Nominations Committee. We heard from both of them earlier in the program, so thank you so much for your contributions. I also want to thank each and every one of you who joined us here tonight. We're very happy to have had you. We hope you enjoyed the program. We hope to connect with you in the near future. And on that note, I will say that the Cruz Reynoso Bar Association is the host organization for this year's Unity Bar Dinner, which will be taking place later this fall. Look out for details as we draw closer to the event. I will also mention that we do hope to post the video of tonight's event on our website, www.crbasacramento.com, so that those who weren't able to join us live will be able to view it there at our website, www.crbasacramento.com. With that, thank you again, We hope you have a good evening. We hope you enjoyed tonight's program, and we hope to connect with you in the near future, hopefully next time in person. Thank you.